What's up, my artistic and autistic people? We're drawing today because we ain't got shit else to do. So, here we go. I don't really draw anything specific. I kind of just do my own thing and then let what happens happen. Majority of the time when I fuck up, I just add on to it, you feel me? Because I'm just like that, I guess. Ain't nothing special going on for real. Just ain't really getting nowhere with music today, I guess, or as of lately as a whole. Production wise, so we kind of just here, just drawing some bullshit. Lines don't look perfect, they ain't supposed to, because in nature nothing is perfect. That's why you got people in psych wards and shit. That and the fact that yeah, that and the fact that there's a whole lot of bullshit going on. Bullshit. Everybody kind of just going through their shit, so hopefully in a way, just watching me shittily draw a picture, if that's a word, can help you just, chill out and, forget about all that shit. Shit, me personally, I do some meditation, I just sit in the damn bathtub and fucking focus on my mind, my body, my spirit, you feel me? Nothing too crazy, just enough to become more aware of myself and what's going on in my life. That's what works for me. I don't know what works for you. Usually I don't talk this much, but this is a video for content, So, you have to have the, have to entertain the audience. Yeah, I'm not the best with English, and it's my first language, so there's that as well. I'm not very big on conversations or parties or anything like that. Kind of just keep to myself. Always wanted to go to parties and, shit like that, shit like concerts or, all that type of stuff, but never been. Feel like I'm Bob Ross in this motherfucker. I don't know what my Bob Ross name would be. Fuck. See, that's what I'm talking about, It's a little fuck up, but we're gonna try to not look at it as a fuck up. I'm just gonna try to add on to it, you feel me? Try to make it blend in, And then it'll come out looking decent, And, no, this is not the only pencil I have. This is just what I start with usually. It's my work pencil from when I was doing handyman work. It helps with covering certain areas and shit like that, but it also helps with drawing a base, like a strong base for what I want. And in all honesty, I don't know what I want. I kind of just let my hand do its own thing. The reason I can talk and draw at the same time is because I'm not even using my brain to do this. It doesn't really take any thinking skills to just be in an abstract artist, you know, kind of just do. And that's partially what I do with my music too, you know. I don't have a specific genre I stick to or a specific sound, specific mood, all over the place. Because naturally, that's just how I am. All over the place and in one spot at the same exact time. As you can see, it looks like a whole bunch of bullshit right now. Just a bunch of squiggly lines and, you know, bullshit across the paper, but you take the time and just tend to the paper like it's a garden type shit. Something will come out of it. Even if you kind of half-assing it, you feel me? I've been so focused on, you know, all my problems and stuff lately, just not being too focused on what I have, you know, being appreciative for the small things. The fact that I have a roof over my head, for example, is just a blessing. Being able to sit here and just fucking draw, make some form of content so that I feel like I did something productive today is a blessing. You know, my struggles are blessings. And I feel like I don't give enough praise, not only to the Most High, but to myself and others. I feel like if everybody did that just a little bit more, it'd be a little bit of a cooler place, you know? Coming from the mind of a 21-year-old, currently in 2026. Gonna be 22 this year. Don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Like 22. No Taylor Swift. But this shit crazy, bro. Like, I'm really 22. And I'm sitting here drawing. I'm just sitting here drawing, recording myself. Hopefully, this will come up something, but, you know, I don't really have expectations, because expectations ruin just about everything. Because if you expect something to be a certain way, and it turns out to be something you didn't expect or something you didn't want, then you get upset. Kind of ruins the whole thing. I'm not so sure if that goes for everything, but from my experience, it makes sense. Gotta just make this shit fat as hell. And yeah, I'm finna clutter up my storage doing this, but in all honesty, I don't care. I'm probably gonna delete this shit later anyway, because then I'll find out that the recording stopped or some bullshit. Probably pick back up on it. I don't know. Kind of just here with it. No pressures, no expectations, no obligations. Not right now. Just me and the paper. You and the paper. in me. Throw some more bullshit. Make it look kind of pretty. You feel me? And the best thing about my art, in my opinion, is that no matter which direction you turn this shit, it's always something else that you can see. Like, you look at it from one angle, it's like, oh, I see a horse. And then you see a whole bunch of other shit if you look at it another way. Boy, I am fucking up right now. Started thinking. It's hard to have a quiet mind. But, in all honesty, it's all about how willing you are to take control of it. If you just, sit there and bullshit and allow yourself to bullshit all the time, or just like, you can be doing something better or something else, something more productive, and you just allow yourself to sit in that, you're not becoming your true self. You're allowing yourself to be compromised. I've been feeling compromised my whole life, so why would I allow another thing to compromise me, If you ain't got no sense of control over your life, you're gonna feel dragged around. I'm not saying that you should become fucking Adolf Hitler, but shit, just try to be a good person, Try to be a good person, try to, think positive, treat people as if they were you. Just don't give them exactly what you would need, because they aren't you. And everybody needs something different, It might be a reflection of a past version of yourself that you didn't know how to take care of. And once it shows up in your life, you start freaking out, getting frustrated, pushing away, fighting, all of that shit. It ain't worth it. If they can't see that you're also a reflection of them, even after you try to get them to see, you then accept that it wasn't your job to help them see. You can only do but so much as an individual. And when you feel like you ain't got your people, you do shit like this. Maybe I'm just not appreciative of what I have. Or maybe I'm just fucking lost. Who knows? We'll find out eventually, but as of right now, we're drawing a tree. You feel me? And this tree, I guess, represents something. I'm not entirely sure what, but my art always represents something. My mental state, my current life events, whatever it may be. There's a lot of trees in my drawings, or, lightning, a lot of paths leading, or a lot of paths from one spot. It's a lot of those. Do a psychological analysis thing, or do psychological analogy on that, or whatever the fuck you want to do. And I realize it's a lot of shapes too. A lot of what's it called? A lot of natural shapes, a lot of natural curves, edges, ridges, stuff like that. I'm never shooting for perfection on anything. Also, about to introduce you to my other pencils. Bow. Got them sharpened for different things. Yes, I used the knife to sharpen them. Get off my dick. We're gonna use this motherfucker. Kind of see it. Fuck it. There's a lot of patterns in my stuff too, and I'm not sure if I should start one. Thinking too much about it. It's one of my problems. I think too much. At least in the moments where I shouldn't be thinking. Sometimes you just gotta shut your fucking brain off and do. Like, you know what? I'm thinking too much. Let me just do it. One of the things I've added to my mindset is do it scared. And I never realized that I've been doing that basically my whole life. Something I kind of had to relearn, I guess. But as a kid, I used to perform, singing and choreography on one of the biggest stages in the state. I was performing at the DPAC at like 11, 12 years old. Boy, I remember getting up on that stage scared as shit. Scared as hell. Front row, because I was the shortest. Always been like the short guy, and the short guy everybody picked on, that type of shit. But I always got put up front. And in middle school, just as a whole, I was in choir as the only baritone. I had to perform with some high schoolers just to fit in vocally, I guess. I've always had to get together with people I never knew to become something greater. While people that I cared about and people that I've known for years either hurt me or just supported me, in their own way. And growing up in a screwy situation kind of screws with the brain. You have to tell yourself what you would have wanted to hear when you were the age your trauma showed up. For me, I was 4 years old when I woke up, so to say. First thing I saw was my dad not being the best dad. First memory was abuse. And then skip ahead 9 years, I'm alone in a room with nothing but myself and my thoughts, my experiences, my emotions, all just me. And I started drowning, started asking for help. And of course, when other people are drowning too, and they've been drowning longer, it makes them less eager to come and save you or help you learn how to swim. That's the sad part about this world. It's less about community and more about individuality. In my own way, I've been searching for my tribe, so to speak, in every way for as long as I can remember. But sometimes you just gotta stop looking. Sometimes you just gotta do shit, and people that fuck with you and what you do will follow you. And then you'll follow them. It's a trade-off, They like to say that relationships aren't transactional, but I mean, if you think about it, just having a conversation is a transaction of words and time. So yeah, every relationship is transactional. And in I guess a Neanderthal-esque thought process or whatever, the useless ones get shunned or kicked out or, abandoned. You can't start a fire, you can't hunt, and you can't differentiate between poison and non-poisonous berries. You're not good at the landscape, you don't know the area, so, what are you good for? I don't even know what I be saying sometimes. I just ramble because I lost my point entirely. All I know is I'm back to this tree. Kind of fucking with it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of overlapping branches. It's natural. You want to make it look more natural. Like it's 3D. Like there's shit going on in front and back, not just left and right, It's perspective. And one thing that a lot of people don't understand about perspective is that just because you have full faith in your perspective does not mean that it's full truth. It can be the most logical thing in the world to you, but make absolutely no fucking sense to the next person. They might be dumber than you, smarter than you, doesn't matter. If they don't get it and you can't explain it to them in a way that they understand it, then they just got to do the research on their own. Or you got to do more research. Maybe both. Who fucking knows? Human psychology is a weird fucking thing. For example, the more you know you don't know. The fuck type of bullshit is that? And time's fucking weird, because in technicality, time doesn't fucking exist. At least the way we perceive it. Because time is only time here to us, the way we think it is, because we based our time off of the rotation around the sun and shit. There could be so many other things that we base time off of, and so many different places that have different time, that what the fuck even is time? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck is the future and the past all happening at once? How does that happen? I don't get that. Some shit just don't make sense to me. Because, my logical human Neanderthal brain wants to go, Earth, sun, Earth go around sun, day, 24 hours. You know what I mean? But you take yourself out the Neanderthal simple man brain, simple woman brain, you take yourself out of that, and then it's like, okay, but what really is time? It's just some shit we made up to describe why or why shit happens within a cycle. At least here. That makes the most sense to my brain. I might be completely off. But at least I'm questioning this shit. A lot of people don't question that shit. My friends tell me all the time that I am the smartest dumb person that they have ever met in their life, and I'm cool with that. But I think I'm just the dumbest smart person they know. Because I'm there, but I'm not there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right there. Like, I might be onto something, but I might not be. You know? But at least I'm questioning the right shit. At least I think I am. You know, I probably should have done this as a live. Probably would have made more sense for my storage. But fuck it. I've seen long ass videos on Instagram before. This will definitely make numbers. Yep. An hour-long video of some random ass kid, fucking 21-year-old drawing and talking about bullshit. It's gonna do great on the internet. And not come back to bite me in my ass ever. We got something going on here. Not entirely sure what it is, but we got something going on here. When I draw, I'm kind of just all over the place, really. I feel like I already said that. I feel like one of those accounts that just talks over videos and says some random weird shit. Like those DIY videos. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why the fuck are we putting a banana into a PCP pipe? Oh no, it's just some random shit I came up with just now. I got a pretty random brain. My brain is pretty ADHD, like textbook definition. And I might have a touch of autism. It might be a little bit more than a touch. It might be a shove. I'm not sure. I was on medicine as a kid, but that was about it. Turns out that shit was meth. That was meth. They gave us methamphetamine with a different name. But it was still meth. You know, oh, your kid's acting up and not paying attention? Give them fucking methamphetamine. Fuck yeah. That'll settle their ass. And it sure fucking did. Sat there straight as a motherfucker. Didn't eat shit. Didn't think shit. Motherfuckers didn't want to think or shit. It was just rough. Boy. That shit crazy when you really think about it. Time to turn it again. All right, what we looking at? I need my knife because this is... Look at that. It's creeping. Usually, I don't really have, well, I don't always name my art pieces, but, on occasion I do. It ain't too often, but, if I'm feeling a name, I'll throw a name out there, Other times it'll just be it, you know. I've seen so many art accounts where they draw all this cool ass shit and they do like oil pastels or paintings and, really, really, really cool drawings. But, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that skilled. I'm not that good at doing this. This right here is about all I can do. This right here. This, you know. This is me. I'm an abstract, non-thinking ass artist. Who keeps fucking up and needs to stop looking at it as fuck ups. On some happy little accident shit, you feel me? Might have to bring out the mechanical pencil already. Wait a second. Who am I? Boy, I done forgot. I got more pencils than just this one in that box. And you know the beauty about this? The post, not the art. You can just mute my shit whenever you want. And for the people that don't care to hear what I have to say, I mean, shit, they got what they came here for. But the people that are listening, I don't know what the fuck you're listening for. Probably just being nosy. Probably ain't got shit else to do. Yeah, I'm attacking your ass just because. Fuck you, that's why. It's all love over here, though. We ain't got time for that negativity or the shit that's gonna hold us back. I see people get, affected by negative comments and stuff like that all the time. And that's understandable. I ain't gonna lie. But boy, I'll be quick to fire off. See, look, there I go fucking up. I'm thinking. I'd be quick to fire off at the mouth, bro. Somebody in the comment section want to come after me, bro. I'd be quick with it. I don't know why I entertain it, but I do. Cause who the fuck? I be trying to chill for real. I be trying. But people keep getting me out my motherfucking body. I don't too much appreciate that, I just be chilling most times, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got nothing against nobody for real. Like, I don't be bothering nobody. Like, bro, if money didn't exist, boy, y'all would never hear from me. Never. Never, ever, ever. So when I get stupid rich and money don't mean shit to me, my goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. You feel me? Like, I'm about to be gone. Gone, gone. Puta, pinche perro. I'm out this bitch. I'm out the country. I'm out for social media. Boy, I'm about to have like 10 businesses, have people run that shit for me, call it a day. You make money for me and I pay you to do it? Shit. Had life on easy mode while I just go fucking meditate in a field. On some monk shit. Just making music, art, fucking doing whatever the hell I want to. And leave me the fuck alone. I'll be on some fucking island or some shit. Like, no, wait, whoa. Pencil down on that one. Not that island. A different island. Just my own shit. Where I can just fucking breathe. Smoke weed. Do shrooms and lay on the grass. Just chill, bro. Without the stresses of the world. And be like a fucking kid again and try to make out what I can see in the clouds. Maybe that's why I draw the way I do. Because I don't do that no more. It's an interesting way to think about it. Definitely gonna entertain that thought a little more later on. But right now, we're drawing a tongue scraper, whatever the fuck that is. We just doing shit. It's really just me doing shit and talking shit. Because I have absolutely fucking no clue what to do right now. All of my AI tools are being assholes, not really giving me what I want. No matter how I try to explain it to them, it's sometimes like talking to myself. Or, people I know. It's like, bro, like, I'm asking for this specifically. Huh? You say you wanted this? No, I didn't. No, that's not at all what I was. No. Complete fucking opposite, actually. But, shit happens. Setbacks happen for a reason. Just frustrating. Everybody experiences it, but in their own way. There's a lot of eyes in my drawings as well. I think it's because I naturally just gravitate towards this shape right here. That kind of eye shape, I can throw a circle in that bit real quick and call it a day. And also, I don't erase anything. Like, at all. I don't erase anything on these pages. So that tiny ass little circle I just did, I have to work off of now. Probably gonna make like a tiny little galaxy or some shit if I can. Also been doing a lot of research on like ancient symbols and their meanings and shit like that. I've been trying to just understand shit like that as a whole a lot more recently. that and exploring other languages. But going off of the symbols, Prince's symbol was actually kind of interesting to me. You know, I knew he had a symbol, but I never knew what it meant. It was pretty interesting. It was basically a balance of the divine feminine and masculine energy. It was pretty interesting. And, you know, I've always had this, I was in like, what, 7th grade when I made my own symbol before I even really knew about his symbol and shit like that. I thought his name was just Prince. Never knew he had made a symbol or anything like that, but it ended up becoming my signature. And I think I'm gonna go with that as my artist name. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot of ideas flowing, you know, it's just all up in the air as of right now. And see, look, random bullshit about to make it into something. Sometimes you just gotta let the brain do what it wants, and magic happens. And I also heard something today saying that your body just reacts to what the brain does. So if you make yourself freak out, your brain's gonna freak out. Your body's gonna freak out. I mean, if you are put into a situation where you have to push harder or you have to lift more, you know, physically, and your brain realizes that you're not gonna stop until that shit gets done, you're eventually gonna get that shit done. I've seen that shit in the gym. I'm a very big gym goer. I just haven't been recently, and it's honestly really depressing. Feel like less of a man. Feel like less of a damn human. But I don't have a race on my ID, so I'm a fucking alien. Fuck everybody. You know, you can say, oh, my race is better, that race sucks, da-da-da-da-da, whatever the fuck. It don't fucking matter. It really don't. Racism is one of the stupidest fucking things to me that has ever existed. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to have faith in humanity and not see us as a war species, but golly. It's just rough, man. Like, we used to be hunter-gatherers, you know, charismatic and, you know, interactive people. You know, we used to make music together and have a community, have a village together, not run by a government or anything like that. It's like one chief and then people beneath him or her. And they wanted to do shit honorably and respectfully. You know, what felt right. And I feel like we miss a lot of that today. That's what we're yearning for as a species. That sense of community and safety within each other. Because nowadays it's every man for himself and every man against himself. Think about that. Because if you're by yourself and you have nothing or no one of conflict, you're going to search for it. And if there's no outside force, you're going to look inwards and start destroying yourself. At least that's what makes sense to me. And that's my TED Talk. But look, we got some shit going. Look at that. Look at that. Random bullshit implemented. I feel like I'm turning this paper like a fucking plate. Like a big ass Golden Corral plate, you know what I mean? Well, you remember Golden Corral in the no pun intended, in the golden days, bro? I don't know when the people that are watching this, I don't know when y'all were born. But, you know, I know there's a decent bit of people my age watching. Bro, Golden Corral back in, like, 2010 to, like, 2015. Oh, my gosh, bro. Like, that shit used to go stupid. That shit went dummy. Them rolls, bro, you couldn't get me off them bitches. But I kept going back even when I was full, just to get them damn rolls. But them joints would be out so quick, bro. Them joints used to be gone. Like, you'd be lucky if you would get in there and get a roll in like 10 seconds, bro. It's always like a line for them bitches. Now everything nasty and fucking tastes like 7-Eleven looks and smells. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck happened, bro? Y'all just gave up. Now it's Silver Corral. What the fuck is going on here? Everything just went downhill, man. I don't know. There's a lot of people I've seen, you know, just thinking about that 2010s era, you know. Everybody holding on to 2016 especially. I'm one of them. But, bro, I think somebody realized we were on too good of a path and decided to fuck that shit all up. Not too entirely sure who or what, but somebody. And it can't be like okay, like logically, bro, in my brain, from my perspective and in my opinion, this is like one person sitting on a throne type shit. This ain't no like group of people. Also, for future reference, for the rest of my life, whether I end up famous or not suicidal, yeah, all that shit. I'm coolin'. Motherfuckers could take everything away from me. And, I'll still be here. Just drawing. Being called crazy. Probably getting locked up. Put into an insane asylum. Wow. Say that shit 5 times fast. Put into an insane. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good. I'm not even going to waste my brain cells on that one. Y'all can do that. But Shit, I don't even know how long this video is gonna be up, if I even put it out. Because it's already like an hour. And who the fuck is gonna watch an hour-long video of me just drawing and talking? There's a chance for it to, to go stupid, but I really don't think it's gonna get any more than like 100, 200 views, in a week. Which really ain't much at all, if you really think about it. Because a lot is like 1,000 in a week. Like, for an Instagram post, that's a little something. That's a little something. You feel me? Like, you got motion at that point. You got some type of motion. If you getting 1,000 in a week on a post, you got something going on. I don't like that dip right there. I know I did that earlier, but I want to smooth that out. You can always do too little. Sorry. You can always do too much. But too little is debatable. At least in this sense. Because you can always add on to it. You know what I mean? You're not obligated to do it. It's just based off of preference. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all got to say about my shit. This is my art. Y'all are just here to watch and listen for whatever reason that you chose to stay. This is Art Day with Hitman Matt. Yes, this is the same motherfucker that raps about killing, shooting, drugs, elevation, sad shit, spiritual growth, all of that. Yep, same person. If you didn't know any of that, now you know. If you don't know, now you motherfucking know. I guess I just have a creative need that's just not being met, and a need from my community that isn't being met as well. So here I am on the internet, where I find a whole bunch of random people that just get me. Because for some reason, I'm Rudolph, the red-nosed fucking reindeer. Also, I've been thinking about doing some reading on the Bible recently. Never really read the motherfucker, but I think I'm going to give it a try. Or at least start in the chapter or the book of Matthew, whichever fucking, I really don't know too much about the book. But I feel like if I should start anywhere, it's either page 1 or my name. You know what I mean? Because I've looked up the definition of my name. I just don't know if, might be time for a second cup of coffee. Or a fucking nap. That sounds beautiful. But so does coffee on my taste buds. But coffee on my taste buds is expensive. Those are expensive thoughts that we can't afford. Hits vape. We're not gonna talk about it. I got a scavenger mindset. I got a vulture mindset. That's what it is. And Kanye West already took that album name, so fuck you, Kanye. Respectfully. You know, took that idea out the fucking vault, out the playbook. That's another thing. I need to stop holding on to music. There's a lot of music that I have that I just don't think is good enough for current me to drop. You know, it would have been better for, past me to drop, but I sat on it so long that my skill level doesn't match the sound, I guess. And I don't want to release it now, but I'm probably just going to start spamming old shit. Might just release a old shitty songs tape, unfinished songs tape, old unfinished shitty songs tape, whatever the fuck. Excuse me. I'm gonna do it. Because at this point, I need to make something shake. My work and talents have led me to a lot of great places that honestly I should have fucking locked in and got to work on and in. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I was in Ninth Wonder Studio in December of 25, I believe. I'm not entirely sure the timing, but it was cold outside, and I don't like the cold. For those who don't know, he's produced for people like Kendrick, Cole, all those type of names, Drake. He's worked with him, he's worked with a decent amount of big names, you know what I mean? And I was in his studio, just in pure awe, and just sitting there, like, sleeping on this man's floor, or at least trying, because I ain't gonna lie, sleeping in a room full of other men, I part of my brain just wasn't with that, you know what I mean? But got over that. And bro, that was one of the most amazing experiences just to work in that studio in my entire life. The whole time I was just in awe that I couldn't fully, like, perform. Like, I'm seeing pictures of this man with the Duke teams and, shit like that. I'm seeing him with pictures with Drake, in pictures with Drake and shit. I'm just standing there like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how did I get here? Because people recognize me. People put me in positions that they believed I could thrive in. People saw shit in me that I didn't see in myself. And I don't give enough credit to the people that do help me when I get help. With that being said, shout out YGP, YG Tesh, YGP, YG Tesh, YGP, fuck, English. Man, he's getting a big shout out now because this shit lasting like a fucking 30-second segment. Young God Productions, YG Tesh, my homie of a few years. He's the one that brought my name to the studio. The first studio I'd ever been in my life. And I really cannot stress how amazing that was. It was literally one of those, all right, well, you're here now, so lock the fuck in moments. And once I started locking in, you know, shit just happens. Shit happened. And I'm now having to learn as I go. And I've made connections, lost connections, prevented myself from getting connections. Thought I had connections that were really just non-existent. You know, there's shit, in general, you know, I could be handling better, or I could have handled better. You know, everybody's got that, at least in one way, shape, or form. If you tell yourself that you don't have one of those moments, that's your ego talking. But let's be honest here. You've said some shit or done some shit that you're not proud of. We all have. And we all do. No matter how righteous or right we think we are. Everybody's got their moments of with everything, really. But everything happens for a reason. And whether we understand the reason or not, we think it matters, but it don't. At least not in the times that we think it does. Because if we understand shit a little too early, it can become dangerous. We misuse it. But if we have time to sit and think about shit and, you know, weigh out the options of something before we discover it or fully immerse ourselves into it, then we can actually make something happen, something positive, something good, something effective and overall helpful. I don't even know what time it is, but even though I'm chilling, relaxing, just drawing, restless, very restless. I've been wanting to do nothing but music, like it's a job, like my life depends on it, because, you know, in a sense it kind of does right now. As I'm sitting here just talking away to a camera and a piece of paper that don't respond. Probably about to get evicted again, which is cool, you know. But just trying to make the best of it, you know. When you put all your effort into one thing and it just does not work out, it's a sign to do something else. Either do the same thing in a different way or put everything down and start somewhere else. And for my new life, I'm putting everything down and starting somewhere else. You gotta know when to call it quits sometimes. You can't be giving everyone or everything all the energy you have. It's just gonna drain you. You know, people can say what they want, think what they want, believe what they want. But truth is truth. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. If something don't feel right to you in your gut, it may not be the exact right thing to do, but follow it. If your gut tells you that there's a person you cannot trust, believe it. But you have to be at a level of awareness and understanding within yourself to identify whether that's the trauma speaking or your actual gut. A lot of times we confuse truth for instinct or instinct for truth. Yep. Think I'm about to leave this one off here. If this is the first part to a whole series of these that I do, thank you for watching episode 1, I guess, or post number 1, whatever the hell this is. Hopefully nothing bad happens out of this or comes of this. I have nothing but good and pure intentions. I hope everybody listening, watching, has nothing but positive energy, positive thoughts and emotions coming your way and coming up into your life. I hope everybody takes the time to find their true selves and spread the will of the higher power, whatever that power is. Have a blessed day, week, month, year, life, etc. Be what you want to see in the world and spread that shit. This is what we got. Oh shit. This is what we got. This is what we got. You feel me? This is what we got. This is what we got. Kind of looks like a face right there, just a little bit. Abstract as hell. Either that or like. Tell me what y'all see. Tell me what y'all see. Have a good day. All love.